All right. Well, hey, this is a good day to be filling in for Jennifer today.
I guess. You're lucky.
Yeah, I'm really lucky. Kendra
awesome.
Arch from Cake and Crumbs is here to talk to us a little bit about using our fall fun treat, apples, and turning it into something that's fun in fall life.
Right. I'm going to show you how to take a 100-calorie apple and turn it into a $500 apple.
Right. Sounds good to me.
Apples are in season right now, and you can get them plentiful in your grocery store, or you can go to the apple orchard. I got most of my apples from, I have an organic farm right next to us, and they have an Appley Ever After farm, and they have all the berries and honey and apples that you can even imagine.
Wow,
so it's a great time to go out and get your apples. But what we're going to do just to get started with the caramel apples, first thing you need to do is you need to take your apple and you need to prep it. So you usually need to wash it off first, and then you take your stick. And for the smaller apples, I like to use just a little craft sticks, but if you have the larger, big Granny Smith apples, we sell these sticks right here that have the point on the end, which are easier to get into the apple.
That is nice. Very nice.
So, but for a small apple like you have here, you just take it and you just stick it right in.
Never done that. Oh, it's easier than I thought it would be.
On most of them,
I
it
might have
is.
said that too soon. Oh, no, there we go.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
There we go.
Exactly. And once you get all your apples ready, then you melt your caramel. Now we sell craft caramel bits. They're little balls of caramel instead of the little blocks that you can find in the store. Basically, it just saves you a lot of time from unwrapping them, popping a few in your mouth and unwrapping them. And it is quicker to melt, a lot quicker to melt.
Yeah.
So you just take 16 ounces of your caramel, add 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream to that. Okay. And you add the heavy whipping cream so that when you bite into your caramel, it isn't rock hard. It's a little bit softer.
Yeah.
But if you use too much whipping cream, then your caramel isn't going to set. So 2 ounces or 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream to 16 ounces of your caramel.
So be careful when you're adding that.
Yeah,
exactly.
make sure carefully.
Yeah.
And you can melt your caramel in a double boiler. That's how I normally do it at home because it's easier to work with. But for purposes here, I did it in a melting pot. And I have caramel apples already done up there for you.
Great.
But to do it, you can just, if you have a big enough pot, you can just dunk your apple in. Or you can just take your spoon or spatula and spoon it around. It's really not all that difficult. After you get the first couple of times down, it's okay. And you just shake off the excess if you want to.
I was just going to say, caramel is my favorite treat. I don't know how much shaking I'm going to do.
Yeah, well, you can. One thing you do have to be careful of is the caramel is going to be hot. So if you're working with kids, just help them out in that area. As well as, you know, it's not a bad thing to have caramel pooling at the bottom, but if you want to save a little bit of your caramel, that's why you scrape it off. But if you have a pooled bit of caramel on the bottom, just take a sharp or a straight edge and pull it up like that, and then you can either cut it off or you can just mold it underneath.
Yeah. Okay.
One important thing to remember though too is that when you're working with your caramel, put it either on parchment paper or a nonstick mat. Don't use wax paper because wax paper will melt into the caramel, and then that's how you get the wax paper stuck to your caramel. It's not going to come off.
And you don't want that treat.
No, you don't. Yeah. So once you have your apple done, you let it set for a little bit, and if you want to roll it in like some peanuts right away, you can go ahead and roll it in peanuts right away when it's still a little bit tacky.
Okay.
But what I did is we're going to put some chocolate on it here for you as well, and then you can roll it in either your Butterfingers, any cookies you want. Go ahead and just dip it right in and do it just like I did with the caramel.
Wow.
Or you could have done it with that. You can just do chocolate as well, but if you want to do the caramel and then dip it in the chocolate, that's good too.
Yeah.
But we have some of those there that it's just the white chocolate with brown sugar and cinnamon for kind of like a apple pie effect.
Oh my goodness.
And then of course, you know, add your chocolate and your crushed up peanut butter. Oreos
over there, cookies. Yeah,
exactly.
They look fantastic.
Anything like that. So if you wanted to just roll it in that.
That looks wonderful. Now we're starting to run out of time here. Where can people, if they're interested in finding some of these supplies, because these are gorgeous. You can lick that later.
You can find it at cakeandcrumbs.com, and we're doing a lot of different things with our website. You'll be able to find different ideas, sign up for our newsletter, a bunch of really cool stuff. Probably by the end of next week, we'll have it all completed.
Yeah, if you've got a fall birthday, how cool would this be? Cake is great, but just something different.
It would be fun.
It's really pretty. Well, thanks for joining us today, Kendra.
Well, thanks for having me.
And it doesn't matter how it looks, it all tastes good.
Exactly.
Well, Bill, I give you 2 thumbs up for that.
I tried.
We'll be right back.